Hello everybody and welcome back to a Realm Reborn. We kind of left off on, I'm not going to call it a cliffhanger, but we ended a seemingly important mission. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I have been through this part before. It was a very important mission. And we're kind of going to get an idea as to why that is pretty quick here. So what we're going to do, we're going to log into Elion. Now, I logged out right at the Sultan tree, where we had that instance battle with the demon thing. Kind of looked like Diablos from Final Fantasy VIII. What'd they call it? Blangas. Blangas! Anyway, I like weird words. But anyway, we have to turn in our quest now, so we got to go back to Papashan, and then we're going to find out a little bit more about what the hell we did. And as you can see, it is now daylight, which means Elion's been standing there for at least, what, 6-7 hours? It's probably been a lot longer than that, but in any case, we have to report to Papashan, as it says right there. So let's see. Oh, hello! He saw us. How nice of him. I really love the emotes in this game. They're very expressive. In fact, I was talking in the last video about the fact that I love the graphics in this one. They're really, really impressive. And like I said, my computer is not a powerhouse anymore. It was close, like decently top end when I got it, but this computer is at least a year or two old at this point. I think it's at least a year old. I think it's about a year old probably. I don't know about 2. That seems a bit much. But either way, oh, it's really good. And especially the animation quality. There's some things that you might notice, but for the most part, it's really, really good. Anyway. Hey, Papashan! We did the thing. Thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured? Why, Her Majesty the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I've already given you cause to weep, Papashan, you and the people of Uldar. Please, you're not to say such things. We'll find it, I swear to you. It's not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papashan. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in the future. In future? In the future? Sounds British. I think she might be more important than we were led to believe. I cannot thank you enough, Elion. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from void-sent fiends. For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is all that I allowed myself to read. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder. I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, Elion, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness to the people of Thanalan as you did to us today. Yay! I have a very hard time taking it seriously when lalafells have facial hair. That was a bit of editing. I lost some footage, so. You're an adventurer, yes? If you're not otherwise occupied, I have a favor to ask. I've resolved to repay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I've purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of produce. Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines, for which I wait, is late. Holy shit. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gagari at the royal plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance. God damn it. Okay. Wow. That was a fun one. Alright, so let's see what we got. Okay. Looks like here we have the plantations. Hey, Gagari. Gary? Gagger? I don't know, whatever. He's got a hat. Hello. If Cisadoa doesn't come calling soon, the spectacular specimen shall sadly be past its prime. God damn it, what the hell? Okay. Sheesh. Oh, so you're to deliver this decadent delight. I can say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Jesus. Here's the pumpkin. I hope it meets with Roger's approval. Really? Roger? Oh, come on. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts, and as such we're always deluged with demand. You know the way to the coffer and coffin, correct? It's beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look for a place where local laborers lounge. Oh, for the love of Christ. Okay, so we gotta give a pumpkin to Roger and take a quest from Hihiaja. God, really? Really, Square Enix? Come on now. Thanalan has ever been a barren region. Believe me when I say that it takes no small amount of effort to make crops grow here. We've even introduced earthworms to the soil in order to enrich it. Alas, they've been nigh eradicated by snipping shrews, burrowing critters native to these parts. Unless we save the earthworms, the entire plot won't yield so much as a single pumpkin next harvest. Won't you help us by thinning out the shrew population? The Shrew Hills would be the best place to start. More shrews to kill. Shrew killing. More shrews killing. Shrew Hills? Shrew killing? Kill shrews? Okay, high-pitched squeal. Well, sorry they're snipping shrews. Snipping? Were they all snipping? Or was it a snapping? Snapping, whatever. Anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's do this up proper, shall we? So like I was saying, there's some like little blips when it comes to the graphics. Like you'll notice that Elion's shield goes through his hat sometimes. But for the most part, like everything about this is just gorgeous. And wow, okay, footage is kind of messing up for me here. Hopefully you don't notice that, but if you do, my apologies. Sometimes my computer has a little bit of hiccup, you know. How lovely of me to be talking about how this game runs fabulously on my computer, even though it's not that powerful, and then it screws up. Well, that just figures. Anyway, so we've got 2 out of the 3. There's the third one right there. I do find it odd that this would count as one of the main storyline quests, but I suppose it's just a transitionary thing. Oh, actually, you know what? No, never mind. This isn't. It's just a little side quest. I forgot. The main one is to go to the coffer and coffin, which... Okay, so... How is that a good name for a tavern? Anyway, Hihiaja. Thank you, friend. You truly are the champion of earthworms. Now we can look forward to a plentiful harvest of pumpkins. I wonder which one will grace the Sultana's plate. Okay. Oh, he's got another one. What's up? Point me in the direction of work. An idle adventurer is a sorry sight. I have no need of assistance at the moment, but perhaps someone at the coffer and coffin wants for a helping hand. Wawabaru, our resident chef, comes to mind. The man is obsessed with inventing new dishes, and I hear his current fascination is fish. If you were to donate some for his cause, I'm sure he'd be grateful. Now, I'm a simple farmer and don't know much about fish, but I do know what I like, and I like Orobon. You won't find a more succulent fish in these parts, I tell you. If you have a mind to give some fish to Wawabara, I can wholeheartedly recommend Fatty Orobon. 4 slices or so should be enough for him to experiment with. Alright, so we're going to be killing fish and then off to the Coffer and Coffin. As I said, horrible name for a tavern/inn. Hello! Little chocobo chick. Look at it. It's so cute. Alright, so off we go. There we go. Where are they? Where are you, Orobon? Are you down there? There you are. Alright. Let's do that. Oh, there's a fate over here. Let's see what's going on. The game is not doing so hot this episode. My apologies. Let's see what we've got. Oh, this one. This one's fun. Okay, so fates like this, you know, there are a bunch of different fates that show up. Sometimes you'll be tasked with killing monsters for items that they drop, or just like ridding the area of the population. These ones are fun, because it's just single monsters that have ridiculous defenses, or a ton of health, or whatever it happens to be. And it makes for very long, very drawn-out fights, especially if you only have a handful of people that are doing it. As shown by this, I think there's 3 of us, so this is going to take a little while. Whoops. Okay, so, oh great, he's after me now. Alrighty, well, let's see how we're going to do this. I don't fancy the notion of being his target. I got little chocobo chicks just standing there like, do-do-do, what? Oh, you fighting? Oh, okay. He's just fine. He's just chilling. He's like, whatever. La 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 la. You're almost dead, but it's fine. But anyway, since we're gonna be here a while, I'll be honest with you. So let's talk a bit about what's been going on here. So my guess, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person to think this, that Lady Lilira is actually the Sultana. Now, my guess is actually this is a pretty decent cover story they've got going on, because they said that Papa Shan and all of them, they're still talking about how she's still a lady, she's still noble, right? Which explains why she, like, they couldn't pull like an Aladdin, for example. You know, if you remember the beginning of the movie when Jasmine is trying to, you know, sneak around. Like, it's obvious just from looking at someone like her. It's like, you're not a peasant, you're not a thief, you're not a, you know, you're not a normal person, a commoner. You're not a plebeian. So the fact that they're giving Lilira a backstory that says she's a noble explains why she's so prim and proper and all that, you know, and why people would still be worried about her. So it lets her kind of go out and do whatever she needs to do without worrying so much about people finding her out, because she's a noble woman. Noble girl. I don't know how old she is. Lalafells are hard to tell when it comes to age. Oh, come on. He's halfway dead. Don't kill me now. Don't. Come on, please. But anyway, I just really like that, because it's obvious, I think, we're meant to understand that that was the Sultana. That's our leader, you know. And great. Well, that was worthwhile. I wonder if I can make it back in time to watch him die. Because you get credit for fates depending on how much you do. How much, so in this case, since it's one guy, how much damage is done. I'd assume if you're like a conjurer, it would be how much healing is done in the battle. But in our case, it's going to be damage. I wonder if we can make it back to him before he dies and get the credit for the fate, regardless of the fact that we happened to meet our end. Hey, look, he's still right there. The magic of editing. But yes, he's still around, and he's still running around all over the place. I wonder if we can make it. Let's see, where the hell? Come on, controller. I like using you to play this game, but if you're going to make it difficult, I'm not going to switch back to using keyboard. One of the major reasons I really like this game is its native controller options. The fact that, you know, you can just pick up the game, use a controller without any, like, tweaking or anything. Like, you can't do that with Warcraft. you've got to jump through some hoops and get some third-party programs and all that just to make a controller kind of work. Whereas in this one and certain other ones, there are, I think, Terra, one of the Korean MMOs that kind of gained traction for quite a while before it faded off into obscurity, as Korean MMOs are wont to do outside of Korea. There were native controller options for that game as well, and I think there's a few other ones. Defiance, the game that they made to coincide with the TV show. You can use a controller for that one. So there are quite a few MMOs coming around that have native controller options, especially if they're also available on consoles. This one, I think it just recently came out for the PlayStation 4. Not sure on the Xbox One. I'm not up on that for much. The PlayStation is really the only one I'm really looking at. I had a Wii U, but not anymore. Anyway, whole point is that was one of the main things that drew me to this game. It's one of the main reasons I like it so much. You'd think it, like, that's not that big a deal. Keyboard is so much more precise. Keyboard and mouse is so much better. Generally speaking, I can see where you're coming from if you do believe that. I'm not saying that anybody who believes that a keyboard and mouse is better for MMOs is wrong, because, you know, pure precision, yeah, definitely makes sense. But for me, I grew up on a controller. I love controllers. I love using them, you know, and once I finally started using, hey, there we go. There we go. Hell yeah. This calls for an emote. I don't know which one. Which one we're going to go with. There we go. We'll go with this. Yay! God, that's adorable. Anyway, but yeah, I love controllers, and ever since I started using an Xbox controller, or Xbox 360 controller, for my PC gaming, I have never looked back. If there's an option to use it, I will use it. And it's one of the biggest things about this game that I love so much, as I said before. So, yeah. It's just good. It was one of the big surprises when I got into the beta and realized that, oh, I can just use my controller. And the way that they set up the different shortcuts and everything, it's really intuitive. I'm really impressed with it. And I think that's about all I can say on that particular subject. So, let's kill these Orobon and get things going. So, but if you look at what we've done so far in terms of the main storyline, the game is already doing a decent job of kind of, well, at least for me anyway, it's already kind of investing me in the story, because we are made to feel unique. And I talked about this in a WoW episode, and I may have talked about this earlier in this series, but an MMO is kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure story, and so the important part is to really give the impression that the character you're playing plays a vital role. It kind of makes you invested. That's how a lot of single-player games work. You're the hero, right? And in traditional MMOs, they can't really do that, so they got to make the world feel like it needs your help, basically. And the interesting thing about the way that the main storyline, at the very least, for this one here, is that it's kind of combining the two. It gives you the idea that, okay, this world is in trouble and it needs the help of a lot of people to keep it going. You know, but at the same time, we're also given the impression that we, as a singular character, you know, whomever we choose as our avatar for the game, that character is also deemed vital. Like, so there's a collective, there's a sense of camaraderie, there's certain quests, you know, dungeon runs and stuff, where you have to team up with others. But the main story, you know, between dungeon runs and between things that take multiple people, you as the player are felt, you're kind of given the impression that you as well are vitally important. So it's combining single player narrative techniques with multiplayer narrative techniques. And there's kind of it's a pretty seamless transition for me. And I really like how they do it. And look at what we've already done. You know, you know, this is the 8th episode, but in the first 7 episodes, we've already basically saved the life of our nation's leader. So we're kind of a big deal already. But we saw in that cutscene with the crystal that there's a lot of adventurers like us that see this crystal and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, here we go. Fish, futile. There are no suitable species, but I shall not surrender. Oh, another one of you. God damn it. Okay. This is okay. Orabon, of course. But wait, how did you know of my Epicurean endeavor? Well, it matters not. The solution you suggest is sensational. Sauté with salt, a squirt of sun lemon, so simple yet sublime. Fish is costly commodity here in Thanlin. Were it not for your local largesse, I would have been forced to fork out a fortune to have some brought hither. Thank you. Good lord. Okay, let's see what we're gonna have. Let's take the ethers, okay. Yay, we're level 8. Sweet. Shorecast, okay. Roger. Drink for you, laddie. You'll get a better ale or spirits for your coin than at me place. Then it might be, whatever. Pumpkin! What's that? We see Sado asked you to bring this to me. So even that foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried his drink-sodden ass back home. But hell's an honest-to-God's pumpkin from the royal plantations. Can't wait to see what the cooks will do with it. Lads have scoffed down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get more vegetables in their bellies. Assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. There's a certain art to leaving the quest text up long enough for me to read, even though doing post-commentary. Okay, so we're going to pick things up next time. We're going to cut the video off here a little bit. A lot of random fighting and shit, not much more in terms of a progression of the story, but I think we're doing alright. So, I hope you enjoyed this installment. I'm trying to get... Where the hell? There we go. That's what I wanted. This is what I like as well. Oh, there you go. You sit right there. Chocobo chick. That's alright. That's alright. Alrighty. Well, Elion, you enjoy your little sit down. Shit. Oh, sits right there. What the hell? Alright, bye-bye. Alright. I don't know why. Apparently I forgot that sits right there. Anyway. Catch you later, everybody.